Hey, hey,
I got
hey.
the order right. Yes.
Look at you. Look
Yes.
at you.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
It only took you 2 seasons.
Oh,
Remember, this is the third season. I can totally screw that up. Don't give me too much stuff yet. Let me get at least 2 shows down so I can get the order
Only
correctly.
took you 2 seasons.
She said only 2. That's how we started. That's how we
Yeah,
started.
but I only got it right one time, so you gotta give me at least till season 3. So give me. I still got more time to screw up. Trust me.
Well, I'll be here to correct you and put things back in order.
Okay, OC. No problem, OC.
I don't know. It sounds like balance. It sounds like balance.
Sounds like
to me.
balance to me, right?
It sounds like
is.
balance. Everything's covered.
That's right.
Well, what's up, y'all?
I want to say, how are you guys?
How's
How's your week been
everybody's
so far?
week? Oh, week has been going good.
I thought you were going to expand on that. She's like, no.
Oh no, I had right before I just got off call with my therapist, you know. I hadn't seen her in like 2 months, so it was I had a lot to get off my chest.
Gotcha.
As you can see, I'm an advocate for therapy. Yes, I am.
Nothing wrong with that.
My therapist rocks. Shout out to my therapist. Shout out.
Hey, look, mental health is important.
Yes, man. And you gotta love your therapist. You gotta like the person that's trying to help you navigate through some things. Because if you don't, you're
Fire
gonna
them.
be sitting there wasting your time and theirs, and probably your money.
Yep.
Okay.
Most
Okay.
cases.
Yeah.
All right. Now, yeah, I'm with you with that one. I'm
So
with you
find
with
you a
that
therapist that you like. What up, Kim? Hey, fam.
Hey, Kim.
But yeah, so my week has been going good so far. You know. Well, how about y'all? What's going on? It is the season finale. We're missing one. I don't know where Elzel is gonna come in hot. If
He always coming hot. Is there any other way?
hot, if he gonna be here or not.
Is
But
there any other way?
I'm sure there's a pause in there somewhere, but I'm gonna let that slide. He ain't here to defend himself. That's
Oh my goodness.
shout out
This
to
week
the
has
chat.
been an
What's up,
interesting
guys?
week for me. It has. There has been so many different twists and turns. It's been very unpredictable this week. Not even in a negative and bad way, but just I didn't see that coming. Just like that. It kind of has me at the edge of my seat with a box of popcorn, just like, all right, so what's going next? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just doing whatever it wants. So I'm in a curious place this week.
Interesting.
What about
you, Power Ray?
Things that you can't see coming. Sometimes, it happens.
For me, it's been. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No, for me, it's been bittersweet. We laid to rest my mentors / my second dad on Monday, but the fire partners I got to speak at his funeral. I was asked by the family to do so. That was pretty cool. And like I was joking on Monday, I had to write notes. And you know me, I'm usually pretty much freestyle Friday most days, but that day I had to get together.
Freestyle Friday.
Yeah.
I know. That's funny. That's a throwback.
Yeah, but other than that, the week hasn't been bad at all. My mentor is one of them guys where you're not gonna hide these tears. You're gonna have to get together, and things still must be done. So I gotta rep him on that level. So that's what I'm doing.
That's cool. I'm glad you was able to have that moment and to have him in your life. There's still a lot of us that don't have people you look up to, unfortunately. You have folks that's in their 50s and 60s that really have a very short list of people they look up to. I hope that changes.
Right.
Yeah, I messed around and had 2. It's had 2, so I can't complain at all.
2 mentors, that's dope.
Right?
Yeah, started with my pops, and then when I got into the professional world, that was the person who kind of put me on. You guys ever heard of the Spook that sat by the door?
Yes, I know that.
All right. So technically, the first FBI agent was a black guy. He was good enough to be an FBI agent, but they would make him sit outside of the door to important meetings. Let me tell you how this ties in. When I first got to work with OW, Uncle O, he sat right outside the boss's door. So we had a running joke he's the spook that sat by the door because he sat right outside the boss's door. And I was his backup. So when he left, I was going to take his place. So that was our running joke. He was the spook that sat by the door, and I was the backup spook. So you can't say that in church, but I've been dying to tell that story because we laughed about that for 20 years.
Hey, look, so you was the man next to the spook in charge, huh?
That's right. I was the backup one. So when he finally retired, I became the main spook, and that was been a running joke for years. So big shout out to horrible jokes you can't say in church.
Yeah, and you probably shouldn't say it now.
It's a real book, though. No, it's actually a real book.
It was a movie. It was a book that was the movie. Yeah, I know. I don't remember seeing the movie, but I've heard of it.
Yeah,
but
I'm going to look it up because I have not.
Call a black person a spook.
Yes, you can when you're calling each other. Yes, we can.
See, that's the problem right there. We call each other enough names.
I don't know if I'm gonna call somebody a spook.
But you're not understanding the symbolism of it, where we're sitting outside the most important things, but we're never invited in.
You guys made a joke about it. What I'm just talking about as far as being politically correct.
Oh, yeah. Forget politically correct, just enough. We call each other so many names. Don't we? We should be done with names. Use your how is it that we call each other such like off or vulgar names, but then we always go by nicknames? Don't even want to go by the name your mama called you, but you want to go by some other crazy name. I don't get it.
Yeah, we made it okay because if the others called us that, it's like whoa, because that was something that they did call us. That was a derogatory term.
You understand? It's a little bit of symbolism, if you will, because you might have a more intimate relationship with the person you're talking to, so you guys understand what you mean. It just can't nobody else come in there and be like, okay, like wait a minute, whoa, ABC, sir, ABC.
Look, that works with real names too. It's like if somebody don't know you, they come over to your table while you and your friends talking, being like, "Hey, man, what you doing?" It's like, "Hey, I didn't give you permission to call me that."
Oh no, all right,
I get it. I get it.
It was funny.
It's like the N word. We always say it's okay for us to call each other that, but you let somebody else.
Ready to fight.
Be ready to fight.
Be ready to fight. So, how you guys want to start this today?
Well, let's let the people
know episode of the season.
Yes, in the final season. What we talk about today?
All right. So here's how we do this. Let's do the subject. Boom. What does it truly mean to forgive someone? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's one heck of a season finale. Ooh, that's hot.
Mm-hmm. It's an emotional one there.
Yikes, stripes.
I was looking forward to this show, though.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That's going to be an interesting conversation because forgiveness for me is not hard, but it's not easy either. I can forgive you, but I will never talk to your ass again.
That's a decision.
Yeah, me and her there.
That's not forgiveness, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
He's still work. I'm gonna say, is God still working on me? Because I will not talk to you forever. It's only a handful of people that can step on my toes, and I still talk
about forgiveness and forgiving people.
I do too.
And it's probably not going to align with what many people think, but we're gonna get into that later.
Well, Mr. James is already saying, "Is there such a thing?" We're gonna find out.
And find out, is it? I mean, for some, it's not.
It's all hands on deck for this one.
It exists.
It does exist.
It does exist.
So, any interesting things since these others on here? Any interesting things that you guys have seen on the internet today?
Yeah, well, who's going to take on this energy today? I'm curious.
Huh?
Oh, it's because I'm black. Is it because I'm black? Is that what it is?
I guess it's going to have to be RG.
I guess because I'm black. Okay, I see this.
I'm looking at him. I'm thinking it's going to be you, RG.
How about we hit the intro and then I'll decide whether I'm going to be Ezel today.
Well, let's do it.
All right. I'm probably going to be Ezel.
We are back.
Big shout out to King Leo. Big shout out to KJ. We got a lot of people on Instagram. Appreciate y'all.
Welcome back, everyone. And if you don't know, if you've been watching us for the last 2 seasons, you probably know who we are. But I am Michelle, also known as Michelle with 1 L.
See, and I am Penny Owens.
And I am RG, retired Power Ranger. And not with us today is my brother, Ezel Moon. Oh, wait. Ezel 2-week Moon, by the way.
2-week Moon.
Ooh,
yeah.
That was unprovoked.
And it was also won an award. He also won an award for.
Did he win the nomination?
He did win, not the nomination. He won the award.
I was like, that is cool, but that is awesome. I was
for being. I don't know what was it called for being the best interviewer. I don't actually know.
Yeah, he got an award for interviewing because he does a lot of work in the South Ward of Houston and stuff like that. So a lot of his interviews are based on building businesses and communities, and they gave him an award for that, which he's a great interviewer. You know,
shout out to our co-host and brother for doing big things.
Award-winning interviewer Ezel Moon.
Follow him and check out some of his interviews, and you can see why he won that award.
I totally was thinking about that. That is cool.
Yes. So good job. Good job.
All right. Now, what about these things on the internet? You doing it?
Yeah, why not? Because there's something I watch every day that's my guilty pleasure. That's totally on the internet. So yeah, I got something.
You got something? All right.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I swear to God, it's not that bad.
Okay. I hope not. You know.
Crap I seen on the internet.
We're going to talk about my internet guilty pleasure, right? So I did not realize the older I got, the more of a true crime person I became. And there's this really cool thing I watch on YouTube called They Will Kill You. And it's hilarious because they talk about so many different aspects of crime and things that go wrong. And it's very fascinating how dumb people are. So after you watch our show, feel free to check in on that because that is amazing. That's one of my favorite things to watch on the internet.
Now, I do like all of those crime. I watch the IB channel a lot. And I confessed to someone today that I used to have this fascination with serial killers. And they told me I probably shouldn't say that out loud. But the reason why I did, because I always wanted, I'm very, very inquisitive, and I'm such an analytical person that I always want to know why they do what they do. Not that I want to do what they do, but why are they like that? Other than
I'm glad you clarified.
Being psychopaths or sociopaths, it's like there's something going on. I want to know the story. Like, how did they grow up? Like, I just want to know all of that.
Right. See, I actually love that. I love that curiosity because I'm in that place too.
Yeah.
And that goes into our topic too, because when you have that kind of curious mind, it leaves room to understand them versus just you did this. And it's like, well, if I went through that too, I might be a little off.
Yeah, because it's easy to call somebody crazy. Oh, they're crazy, but why are they crazy?
Why?
What triggered them? What happened in their life?
I mean, people are born with, a mental imbalance and things like that. But sometimes it can be events that took place that created these monsters.
So they crossed that line. They got pushed over
their mama having sex with them or some weird crap like that. You know what I'm saying? It happened.
And she was worried about my story.
I just say it.
You're worried about my story? I'm just saying.
It was person I was talking to was thinking that I was studying it so I could become one. I'm like, no, I don't want to be a serial killer. What's wrong? No. I just wanted to know why they do what they do. So I used to study. I used to read up on a lot of them.
Look, I'm gonna add to that. I don't know who needs to hear it, but check up on your boys, your men, your favorite folks, because a lot of men, they don't have that outlet, and women and girls are not the only victims. Like, it's true. And we don't check up on the males. We don't check up on the boys. We don't listen to the men. They have no outlet. So the way they have to internalize that, sometimes they do end up in those extreme situations because something happened to them and they couldn't tell nobody. We don't cater to them and care for them the same way we do girls.
That's true,
man. You know, it'd be crazy if we had a month to talk about men's mental health. That'd be crazy if we had a month for that.
Wow.
We can do it on purpose. Why not?
Well, we're talking about it now because y'all matter and your mental health matters.
Exactly. We
You
love
know,
to
We matter
support
on
you
day
guys.
26. Oh yeah, thanks.
Hey, look,
Come on.
Michelle, we got them. We got it. We can do it on
No,
purpose.
come on.
We ain't
We
gotta
gon'
wait for the rest of the world.
Are you trying to have a mental breakdown right now?
No, I'm just being Ezel. Remember you told me to be Ezel. Hello, that's what he was saying.
Isn't the flag?
Do you want me to channel my inner Ezel or not? You guys got to pick a struggle here, folks.
You got to channel.
Sorry, we just know who we looking at. Happy Wednesday,
right.
Miss B.
Happy Wednesday, sis. Hey, baby driver.
Right
That's
on.
cool. That's cool.
Everybody that's in the chat, shout out to everyone.
No doubt.
So I'm trying to think. I wasn't scrolling on the internet a lot this week. I mean, up until now, but I don't have much. Did anybody see anything else crazy on the internet?
No, not too much. I've kind of been, I won't say purging myself because I just got done watching They Will Kill You. But as far as just general scrolling, I've kind of cut down. You know, I go through my phases, you know.
What I did watch.
So you're a binge scroller.
Show
Indeed.
on Netflix. This is a show on Netflix called oh God, my brain just went dead. Your worst neighbor or your worst something. Oh my God, why can't I think of it? When I watched it today. So basically it's real stories of roommates, like the worst roommate ever is what it's called. The worst roommate ever. So these people end up getting these roommates, and these roommates end up killing them in real life.
Damn.
So it's a bunch of different stories. It was just the weirdest thing. I said, wow. And then I got stuck on another show called Your Honor. Y'all know about that? That show was good.
You know, my husband watches that show, so no, I haven't seen that.
I started watching it today while I was working.
Oh, wow. The lady who wrote her on obituary still.
I think that's a good job. Why not? Who knows you better than you?
The lady who wrote her own obituary, yes, I saw that. I did see that today. And that was really, really good. I mean, she talked about, like how you should live your life. And it was very touching. Kind of
look, all the highlights. Who gonna better represent you than you? I say everybody should do. I think everybody should have some type of input on how you are remembered. It's your legacy. Why not?
What if I change my mind and then I'm dead and I can't change it? I may not feel that way in 20 years.
You should keep updated copies, homie.
Yeah, how does that sound? Yeah, I update my obituary weekly. Yeah, that sounds a little much.
You can add some stuff.
Okay, some bullets. Like, okay, one day add this to it.
You can add some stuff to your obituary. Why not?
My kids can have my DVDs too. You're welcome. ... Yes.
Hey, look, we make sure we put time into do not invite so and so. So you might as well put in the stuff that you want known about you, the things you maybe.
I told my cousin, look, you make sure you get my phone and go find all my journals.
Okay, the things you want done.
Not the things I want done, the things I don't want nobody else to see.
That's what I'm saying, but go get it.
Michelle, okay. What does it matter? They can't get you after you go.
I don't care. It's certain things I would never want my kids to know.
I can dig it.
Do they know your passcode?
No, they don't know my passcode.
Then your stuff is cool.
They might get into it. Listen, you just never know.
I think it's good to cover yourself.
Yeah, and they got all my journals and stuff like that. My kids do not need to be reading that because they might see some things about their mom. They be like, oh.
What's funny is if they see the show, they're gonna be looking. So you might want to get a new hiding spot.
I know. We're trying to downplay it there. I'm like, hello. Now they're gonna be trying to steal your phone from you.
They're gonna be like, really?
My phone is not the thing. The worst thing. My journal is.
Shush.
My journals.
She didn't get the hint. She did not get the hint at all.
Stop talking. I should stop talking.
This man is
they're looking for some paper right now.
They're not watching. I hope. I hope not.
Oh my goodness.
How about when we got to tell all the secrets so we don't have to fight for the rest of our days to keep them? How about that?
Look at you.
I got some stuff in y'all phones too. I bet.
No,
I was one that was similar to like Ezel, where my problem was the opposite. Like I talk too much. I'd be like, you ask me a question, I'm gonna answer. What you want to know? Like it was. I don't have like secrets and regrets and stuff. I'd be like, yeah, I ain't gotta remember nothing. What?
My thing is, if you ask me a direct question, I'm gonna give you a direct answer. Simple as that. You may not like it, but if you want to know the truth,
right? Gotta give them the truth, right?
Right. You gotta give people what they want.
I might give you a disclaimer, like, yeah, I don't know how you gonna feel about this, but I'll answer it.
Oh, I ain't got no disclaimer. You asked for this.
The actor Bill Cobb, he passed away. You know who he's from? Y'all remember the movie New Jack City? Bill Cobb. He's an older guy. Well, he just died, but he's in a lot of different stuff from over the years. He was the guy that played. He's the one that killed Nino Brown in New Jack City.
Oh, the old man with the gun. He was like,
yeah,
Man,
he passed.
we don't have that many people left.
Funny. Oh,
we really don't have that much talent left.
Yeah,
Morgan Freeman probably gonna live forever. he started old. He ain't going
I remember Morgan Freeman from the Electric Company.
Thank you.
Easy reader.
But dude, Morgan Freeman looked like he was middle aged when he was like 17 though. He looked like he had already had a 401k.
He was in a 401. He was all. He said, "Oh wait, a 401. Okay, really?" Yeah, he started out in the game mature, but he ain't as strong. But it's not that many left. Like I can't even imagine what the new kids are going to be looking forward to as far as talent and just real acting.
When they go, they go.
Everything with them is like one-hit wonders and stuff. You got TikTok stars,
they don't have
untalented people on TV.
Yeah, they don't have a Denzel. Do they? Maybe they do. Do they have a Denzel?
We all got a Denzel. He ain't dead. Don't talk him into a grave.
I mean,
hey, look,
Denzel is like 70 something. So I mean,
I was looking forward to Chadwick. Like I was looking forward to watching him.
Me too.
Yeah.
The millennials don't. I mean, they have a Denzel, but we knew Denzel from his prime when he was,
Glory and
St. Elsewhere, and all those shows. And stuff
those shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't know that Denzel.
Dig it.
They got. I guess they got Idris Elba and the other Idris guy.
But he getting older too. They about to lose him. Well, I ain't gonna talk that to
no,
I'm just saying he older too.
Just gonna kill him off.
I'm sorry.
No. Can we have some heroes, Penny? Can we have some heroes?
But you know what I mean when you're like looking at everybody maturing now, and they're not doing the same action scenes. It's more talking. There's more plot. Yeah, that's when you're over the hill. Okay.
Because I saw an interview with Denzel recently when he FaceTimed his wife. And
I seen it. That was hilarious.
So funny. He FaceTimed her while he was on stage, and she's the typical black woman. She was like, what are you calling me for? So then she told him, that's why he said, now you're not getting nothing for Father's Day. Don't be looking for nothing for Father's Day because it was the next day. He was like, what? I just like to see the dynamic between the two of them. It was just so dope. It was so dope.
See,
because they've been together forever.
I was about to say marriage goals.
And you ain't never heard no scandals, no nothing about them. That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's been very transparent. And that's what I liked about him. Even when things wasn't working in his favor, he's always been very transparent about things and the way they worked out and stuff like that. So I appreciate that.
Have agreement too, where he can't. You don't ever see him in any sex scenes and things like that. Like that was one of their agreements. You can be an actor all you want to, but we're not playing none of them games.
Well, he's had sex scenes. He just don't take off his shirt.
I'm about to say, but it don't be like it be more like suggestion scenes versus like going ham. It's like
it ain't gonna be like some of the ones that we've seen where you've seen all his whole ass and all of that stuff. Yeah.
I didn't know you were gonna say that.
It happens.
Oh,
it happens. It's a check.
It's different now.
Like I watched the show P Valley. I don't know if y'all watched that show, but that show.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
It is
okay, yeah. I couldn't. It's different now. Now it's like 5. It don't even wait 5 minutes in. You can see everything.
I didn't watch it before because I was like, I didn't want to. Because I thought it was just a bunch of people just having sex, a bunch of gay people getting it. I don't want to see that. But it's a good story. It's a good show. It's past all of the nudity and the sex.
But what makes it different from any other show? Everybody getting it in nowadays on TV.
Well, yeah, but I mean, nowadays it's just a little different.
Mm-hmm. Everything they talk about is all extreme now. Like it's not those simple stories from back in the day where everybody can relate. Now you're like, oh, really?
They doing that? Jeez.
Right. It makes you look at everybody sideways.
Like, is that real? Because if you look real, I don't really having sex.
You know what? Yeah, you'd be like, oh, they're not even playing no more.
They really have sex. Like, I don't care what nobody says.
Censorship is gone. So
Yeah.
I can't imagine what's going to be left for the future to reveal, because we pretty much is everything.
Tell everything. Yeah, ain't no mystery.
Right.
Ain't no mystery.
Right.
Not at all.
Oh.
So let's jump into this topic, y'all, about forgiveness.
Oh boy.
What does it mean to truly forgive someone? Who wants to start?
Well, what do y'all think?
See.
What I don't know. I'll let y'all go first.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in because I've been looking forward to this topic actually.
Okay.
And one that not the ISO.
That's right.
Now, first, I want to make sure that everybody understand that forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It doesn't mean that. Like, they tell you like, okay, well, you forgive and forget. No, that's all lies. You are not about to forget. And if you do forget, you're going to do it again. Like, you're going to repeat the offense, or you're going to go through the situation and cycle again because you forgot, because you pushed it into the back of your mind and you genuinely forgot. That is dangerous. So you don't want to do that. You cannot protect yourself from something happening if you forgot. I think that just makes sense. But for some reason, they taught us that. Forgive and forget. No, that's called denial, and it's dangerous. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I would say that forgiveness, well, one thing with forgiveness, it is truly it's like what it means when you make that decision to forgive somebody. First, you're choosing you. Like, you are choosing your peace. You're like, I'm going to move forward. Like, I'm not going to continue to let this have any other power. I'm reclaiming it. When you actually are brave enough to say, okay, I want to forgive somebody that just flat out did you wrong. Like, you understand why you wanted to slap them or hurt them or why you're hurt, but you actually chose to forgive them. You're trying to choose your power. Like, you're like, I don't want to move on with this. And you've accepted that it's possible that we all deserve a second chance. Like, let me just make a sound decision to do something bigger than that situation. And that takes a lot of courage for a lot of people. And that's also why it's also very hard for a lot of people. Because when you understand you hurt me and this is the cause and effect, you don't want to say I'm okay, or, like, I forgive you. You don't even want to see them. You'd rather not be bothered. And we'd rather run from the situation. But all of us know that anything that hurt you and caused like a real moment, a pivotal moment in your life, that thing will sit there until you deal with it, no matter how old you are. It'll always be a trigger from here on out. And you really do have to face your fears and deal with it if you want to genuinely heal and get past it. But it's scary. It's scary.
Yeah, it's not holding on to something. Put that definition back up again, RG. Forgive. Stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. So generally, if you forgive, you're not supposed to bring that thing back up again. So if you forgive someone for something, that should not be something that you be like in the heat of you have a disagreement and you bring up that thing that you supposedly have forgiven them for. That's not forgiveness.
I got a question.
Okay.
Yes, Power Ranger.
Oh, watch this. What if they keep doing it?
And look, then it's
How many times do I damn forgive?
Then it's current news. It's not old.
If they keep doing it, then you might have to be like, let me leave you sitting over there because you keep doing the same thing to me over and over and over again. Yeah, that's
different.
I can forgive you once, forgive you. That's like somebody forgiving someone for cheating, like in a relationship, and then they keep cheating, and they keep cheating, and they keep cheating, and they keep cheating.
It's like that sorry don't mean nothing. You can't just keep it. Now that's just if you are repeatedly forgiving somebody for the same offense, then you need therapy because you need to understand why you have to do it.
Because not only you at this point, if you want to keep forgiving somebody for the same thing.
Right, you are accepting it. You might as well just let them have it. If you just won't stay anyway, you might as well say, "I'm okay with this."
Our buddy Andrew our buddy Andrew Smith Tomlinson said he was agreeing with you guys. He said, for real, forgiveness does not equate to forgetting. And you can't put it on repeat cycle, then expect people to keep forgiving you over and over again. So if you're looking on that, good point.
But the person that's doing it and being forgiven by their person that they're doing it to is gonna keep doing it because it's easy.
And you're still there.
And
like
you're still there.
Everybody knows that first time is scary because you don't know if you're gonna get away with it. But if you get away with it, then it's like, all right, let me see how far I can take it.
Yeah, that's why I think if you forgive somebody for doing something bad to you, depending on who that person is, because that person could just be like, oh, I got away with it. I'm good. So I can do it again. Sometimes people will just continue to do it because they're like, all right, I'm going to be forgiven each time. And
because you're allowing it. Yeah.
Keeps forgiving and forgiving. You can't sit there and expect somebody to stop doing something if you're going to keep letting them do it to you.
What's the point of stopping? You're clearly okay.
Right. You're not going nowhere.
Look, why would they risk going to someone else that might actually hold them accountable? Yeah, right. They're going to stay. They are benefiting in the situation. You don't want with the short stick. Like, no, why would they leave that? No.
Some things, I mean, I think that there's
I agree with Lady D there.
Forgive, but you might have to. You might have to go.
I'm gonna say I agree. If you keep doing it, you need boundaries.
I forgive you, but I can't be with you.
Hey, look, that's a decision, and I think that's
a choice. It's a choice, but I mean, some people learn from their mistakes, and they may not do it again. But now you have to rebuild the trust.
You're good though, because with forgiveness, you are not obligated to stay and have to deal with that person. Forgiveness is keeping that place and is continuing to add poison into your life and into your heart. No one said you had to stay there and be a doormat. Like, no, not at all. Once you decide that somebody is not good for you, you can totally forgive them and keep it moving. Because I definitely got a list of folks I can love from over there. Okay, no.
Yeah, Lady D said, give them the gift of you leaving.
Give them the
well played.
You leaving. Absolutely.
Like that.
I forgive you, but I'm out.
Pretty much.
I had to recently do that to somebody. Yeah, you know what? I don't think this is. Yeah, we good though.
But because forgiveness, that's the gift that you definitely give to yourself. You cannot be held accountable for somebody else's actions, nor can you control their actions. So when you forgive, it really is more about you. It's just like when you're giving to someone else. It's about you, not that other person. Because they might throw the opportunity away. They may repeat the offense to somebody else or try to do it again with you. But that's not your job, your responsibility. You can't be worried about that. That forgiveness, it is for you. It is for you literally to move forward. Because it just takes a part in your life that's horrible. How much time it can take away from your life.
Forgive me. It's commercial break. Forgive me for being that guy.
That one right there.
Well, we'll be back after the commercial.
Forgive me, guys.
Come back. We have more.
Yes.
Tap into your essence with a Divine Essence candle. Candles that soothe your soul and balance your chakras. Each candle has an affirmation inscribed on each jar to help you stay grounded, create balance and harmony. Use code DE20 for 20% off your first purchase at divineessence.us.
Lunar Love by Denise, where everything is handmade in small batches. You can reach me at my Etsy website or at my email address and place your order. I'm also known as Lady D. Thank you.
And we are back.
And if you're just joining us, welcome. We are currently talking about what does it mean to truly forgive someone. Truly forgive someone, not the fake forgiveness.
Okay.
The real forgiveness. Where you forgive it and you never bring it. You forgive and you never bring it back up again unless they do it again. If they do it again now.
Okay, I'm just checking.
You can forgive it.
Okay.
Forgive, not forget, but forgive and don't bring it up again. Because you shouldn't.
I think that it's possible to bring up a situation if you're using it as a genuine reference point, not pettiness. I don't see why not.
9 out of 10, if you bring up something that somebody did to you later down the line, that person is going to be like, "Oh, we bringing this up again?"
I gotta bring up old stuff.
Depending on how you do it. Now look, but
too.
depending on your motive and how you do it, like I said, with strictly no pettiness involved, because sometimes that situation can help somebody else or really be a good reference point when you're like, we don't want to repeat this, we don't want to do this again. And yes, the person who offended and did it, yeah, they don't want to hear it again, but that's called guilt, not my problem either. Like, you know what I'm saying?
If I apologize to somebody and they tell me that I did something or I might have offended them and I apologize and they accept my apology, I don't want to hear that again. I don't care if it's guilt or whatever you want to call it. If we move past it, then let's stay past it, unless it's a repeat thing. If we are everything is great and we moving forward and things is good, what would be the reason for you to be like, yeah, remember that time you did? What you mean?
Oh yeah, see when you say it like that, that's bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, dog.
Remember that time you did? It's like, what are you doing?
That's one of the things too. Like I said, you have to have the discernment on how that person brings it up. Especially if it's repeated, then they have not forgiven because they keep bringing it up. But definitely, when you have somebody that's like, it's like the word usage when they want to, just bring it back up. You're like, you know what? Maybe I should break it with you, and then it's like you feel crazy because it's like, see, you forgive me, but now I don't want you no more. Like I don't even want to be here no more.
Yeah, I don't want to be your friend. I won't be nothing. I won't be nothing. Let's just move on because you know what? Let's not do this no more. I'm quick for that. You know what? I don't want to do this no more.
But have you ever had someone they apologize to you and they haven't done the exact situation that was in question beforehand, but they triggering you still? Like they have remnants that make you think, see, I hope this is not about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because you watched them longer than they have watched themselves. And you see the inklings that make you think this may happen again.
That's because because a lot of times the trust is gone, and now the trust has to be rebuilt. So it's like if you do something to lose a person's trust, and I forgive you for that thing, I'm not gonna 100% trust you again because now it's the back of my mind that the potential is there. Now is that forgiveness? If I'm thinking about it, like if I'm forgiving you for that thing. But I still don't trust you.
Well, no, okay. So here's
forgiveness and trust are two different words. So I think it's separate.
Okay, so I'm one of the people where I observe behavior. You can tell me whatever the hell you want. I'm watching to see what you do. I've always been that way. So yeah, you can tell me you're sorry. You can tell me you need the last peanut butter sandwich. But every time I come in the kitchen, the peanut butter going, you got the jar in your hand. I'm going to assume that you don't want to eat the peanut butter. So you can tell me whatever the hell you want. It's what you do that I'm paying attention to. And that's usually the triggering point. And it's not that I keep bringing it back up. You keep doing the same shit.
And see, and if that person is like, why you keep bringing this up? Maybe because they're remnants. Because people can apologize for something, but if they don't even understand why they did it themselves, then it can be repeated.
Exactly. And
I can be sorry I hurt your feelings, but if they don't actually understand why and how,
and that's the slippery slope for forgiveness, because you can let people slide all you want, but if they don't change the behavior, if they don't even recognize the behavior that they're doing, then you're going in a vicious circle.
That's why sometimes with an apology, I really need to know what you're apologizing for. Because are you just saying it because I want to hear it? Or what are you exactly sorry for?
Oh my goodness. I had gotten an apology before. I won't mention any names. But
you can't ISO? Yeah, ISO? We can
say it.
It's just us. Sure.
It's just us in America. That's all. But the apology came in such a nature.
No, I turned that camera up before I let her say something crazy.
I know, right? The apology really came in the fact of, I'm sorry that you felt this way.
Ooh.
That is not an apology.
Nasty work. Ooh, that's nasty work.
Now, that's not I'm sorry at all.
that's not a genuine apology to me. But
No.
I've been in a situation where I felt like I didn't owe the person an apology. And because oftentimes my tone can be a little bit much.
I never noticed.
A little New Yorkish.
Will apologize for my tone, but what I said, I meant that shit. So I'm just saying.
But look, that's somebody that's keeping it real 100 all the way through. You gotta appreciate that kind of honesty.
I can't give a fake apology because I might not apologize for everything, but I don't want you to be offended. And if I said something that offended, that's the thing. Someone can say, if I said something that offended you, I apologize. Is that a real apology? Because you're telling me that I said something that I offended you. I meant what the hell I said. So if I offended you in what I said,
you're right. It's like, but I meant what I said.
But I still meant what I said.
And I might say it again.
Intentions was not to offend you, and I understand that my tone can be a little much and can be a little off-putting. So I've been working on that. See, I'm in therapy, y'all.
See, that's that disclaimer. When you know you're capable of saying, it's like I probably did say something that was a little out of line.
And I probably did. That's why.
Right? It's like, that's acceptance and disclaimer.
So that's why I have to listen to what people say. But then sometimes people are so overly sensitive. Like, I mean, I'm sensitive too, and I'd be like, oh God. Like I got into a situation with somebody. It was on Facebook, and it was like, we were just having some exchange, and the person, you type in. Sometimes how you're typing can be misconstrued at times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, totally.
But I still meant
don't we know it?
I meant what I said. So the person, we called each other, and after we talked, I was on the phone saying, I meant what I said. I did. I meant what I said, but I apologize because I don't intentionally want to hurt your feelings. So if that was what I said hurt your feelings, I really do apologize for that. But I meant that shit.
That actually ties into something one of our Andrew said this. He said the apology needs to be from the heart and with some acknowledgement of the real situation. So that kind of pretty much ties into what you said.
The definition, like I apologize for. Hey, look, microphone, your turn. I apologize for.
Right. That's accountability. I'm taking accountability for hurting you or offending you or doing whatever I did.
Exactly. And I understand.
I apologize for nothing.
Yes. And I even understand how when I say
you can explain it, if you can repeat it.
But I meant that shit. I meant that shit.
Nothing. Drop the mic.
See, that is too funny. That is too funny. Now, what y'all think about this? Now, I believe that when you forgive somebody truly, it means that the situation or the person you no longer want to, not necessarily want to, I take that back, not that word want, but that you have decided that you no longer are going to hold them accountable for the entire situation, that you have accepted that there's other factors that may be in play because, sometimes, especially when we're younger, you just can't even see it from a different point of view. It takes time. It takes maturity. You know what I'm saying? It takes being in maybe a similar situation for you to be like, oh, I wonder if this is what happened last time. You know what I'm saying? Like something similar. And then when you forgive that person, it's like, okay, there might have been other things that were involved. Like she said, understanding who that person is, why they move that way, what happened, you know what I'm saying? Or just accepting that bull that went down ain't had nothing to do with me. There's other stuff that you was mad at. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Like you just kind of
the person could be mad at something you said, but because it triggered something in them that didn't have anything to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
So now you find yourself apologizing for something that you didn't even do.
You said apologizing for something you didn't do?
You didn't even do, but this person was triggered by maybe something that you said that wasn't necessarily offensive, but it triggered something. It might have made them feel like or a situation or whatever the thing might have happened or may have happened. So it's tricky.
I believe that probably 95% of the arguments that we have are literally from triggers from something else.
Okay, I agree.
From something else, like you remind me of my mother, or you sound like my dad with that. Who you think you talking to ain't got nothing to do with the situation in hand. Usually not, and that's why I say that the belief that forgiveness is possible just that factor alone, that most situations ain't got nothing to do with you at all. You are a byproduct and an innocent bystander getting hurt for somebody else's crap. Not that it's okay. It's not acceptable, but it's usually, it does not have to do with that person.
It's true. But what if you really don't think that you are wrong? But that person really feels like then you're a narcissist.
Especially if everybody, you ever meet people that the whole world is telling them you're a jerk, and they're like, no, I keep it real. You a real jerk. Like, why? What do you mean? It's like if you're the common denominator in everybody's drama story, it might be you. It might.
No, that's just their fault. They gotta deal with it.
I've interacted with people who don't take accountability. Now, I've encountered many a narcissist. And I feel like I'm a narcissist whisperer. I'm just saying.
Whisper.
I'm saying, like,
that was an unprovoked attack, was it?
I know.
You triggered her.
Kiki,
it's a narcissist whisperer.
I kind of forgive you, Kiki. Kind of, because I know you're gonna say this next season too.
RG reminds me of this loser. I know that's funny.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so
Rodney Dangerfield.
A narcissist is never going to take accountability for nothing. You're going to be the problem.
You and they story.
So if you're ever looking for an apology for someone that's a narcissist, you can also forget about it.
But that's the part of mental health and like therapy. It's good because everybody needs to understand both points of reference so you can identify them and understand where you are on each side of the spectrum. Are you the one causing the issue? Or are you the subject of the issue? And you're just sitting there, being the punching bag. If you don't understand both sides, like all of us always think, well, my stuff is the worst and I got the worst history ever. And it's just like, no, there's people who have it worse than you and it's not that bad, I'm sure. But a lot of us just woes me, or we do the other extreme because now the world's telling us that everything's about us. So we really are turning into more narcissistic all the time now. Sociopaths.
I always say that we all exhibit some sort of narcissistic trait. We might not have NPD, the disorder, but if you're Black in America, you got some narcissistic traits. You do.
Look, the other extreme of pain. You still need healing, man.
So I can't love me some me.
But narcissistic personality disorder, that's the short definition, but it's so much more than just that.
Well, I only got so many characters on the screen.
Yeah, because there's so many
long ass definition.
There's a lot of manipulation in it. There's a lot of gaslighting. There's a whole lot of lack of accountability. There's a whole lot that comes into play when it comes to empathy.
That's funny. With that gaslighting, it's like your nickname should be Pyro. All right, you just setting everything on fire.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I mean, it is crazy, but people think that that's a cute characteristic. You know what I'm saying? Like it just goes like with the name calling and stuff we were talking about beforehand. To get over stuff, that mechanism to survive, we turn it into humor. We try to make it funny, and we do this with dangerous situations. Like you remember in season 1, we were talking about red flags. That's a part of it where it's like we think, oh, well, everybody's messed up, or it's okay, or they're just having a bad day, and we're so used to seeing this chaos that we end up investing a lot of time in chaotic relationships, whether it's personal or like at work and relationships and intimacy. And it's like, no, you got to be able to see it for yourself or you're going to get trapped.
Yeah.
Like we just don't. We don't pay attention to it.
Yes. Yeah, you got to have at least, I don't know how many it is, but you have to have multiple of those characteristics to be classified with NPD.
Oh no,
because they're very different. Their brain does not work properly.
Right.
And they usually have some trauma.
I just want to see Kiki give somebody.
It comes from a lot of trauma. Oh, for sure. In that childhood.
Trauma will totally turn you into I don't care about nobody else. I mean, when you think about myself. I think that with our homes, we come from generations of broken homes that already mess with you, and that caused you to have on some type of characteristic. You on somebody psychologist list, okay? Just because we have a broken home, you damaged, you survived, you chose some type of alter ego to get through that, whether you think so or not. And then with just not even just narcissists, but like just psychopaths and things of that nature, the stuff that they have to create to survive, it's scary. That dark place is real. That dark place is real, and it's usually just to survive. But then it flips over, and you're like, okay, now you've crossed the line. Like now you've officially joined the dark side. Luke, I am your father, and now we don't have to pay for it.
I got to get away from you. I got to get all the way away.
Star Wars reference. Very dope. I'm a Star Wars guy. I'm sorry. That was dope. Sorry. My bad.
No, it's bad. But I know another thing that I want to add to truly forgiving is it really is about you. It's not like we think I'm not about to let that person get away from it. It ain't about them. It's not about them at all. You know, they may because they even were in that position to hurt you. Ain't no telling what they currently doing. You know what I mean? They really may be narcissistic and didn't think they did anything wrong. It is not about them at all. It is you choosing your peace and really just genuinely allowing yourself to acknowledge that it's like the all possible truths. Because everybody, I don't think people really realize that whatever you believe is true. Like whatever you think is true, it is true for your life.
So
in
you
general.
absolutely,
Like,
absolutely.
you gotta be
Wars
careful
hate.
what you
Oh
think
my
about.
gosh.
People think, if I don't mind, it don't matter. Mind over matter is a real thing.
It's a
Whatever
real
you
thing.
believe is true, it's true to you. And the stories that we tell ourselves, whether you are the person who violated somebody else or the victim, the story you tell yourself makes a huge difference in your life currently and moving forward.
Absolutely.
And you really do have to choose your peace. Like you just have to, because it's for you. It's for you.
It is all for you. So, and I say, don't be all. No, maybe I shouldn't say that.
Say it. You need an ISO?
Don't
Yes.
be all willing to just be all forgiving, because sometimes the person will take advantage of that and will just, okay, they forgave me, so they're going to forgive me all the time. Don't be that person.
Don't be a doormat.
Don't be
Just
a
tell them what it is. And
Now,
because
what I
that's
have a
different.
hard time with is, and I know forgiveness is for you, it's not for the other person. When you see people forgiving people for harming their loved ones, and you see, I'm not that forgiving, okay? Because if you do something to one of mine, it's on sight. There's no forgiveness, okay? I'm not forgiving you. I don't know. I can't. Well, you know what? I can't say that because I haven't been presented with a situation that drastic that I had to forgive somebody for harming someone I love.
Look, but you ready? Look at you. You ready?
Yeah, because I
know I am.
And I'm saying I don't know if I just like you see mothers that they forgive the people who might have killed their child.
It's possible. Y'all remember that drunk driver analogy I gave you? It's possible when you find out the other story, but you have to be open to it. There's some like the amount of people that are just genuinely just out of their mind crazy and really just evil is not the same amount as far as the amount of people that's here on earth. It's really not that. It's not the same amount of people. And we just are paranoid because we think about ourselves. Like you said, if somebody touched one of mine, we become the dangerous person. You know what I'm saying? You switch roles, and we all have it in us. You got good and evil. The right combination can trigger anybody, and literally you can become that same person that you want to be mad at. And that's the part that we have to just kind of understand. Anything is possible because it can be that, that, hey, look, just one more thing. You never know what somebody is in their day. Just one more thing may push them over. And that doesn't mean they're a bad person before either. Mistakes are real too.
Yeah, but
depending on the situation, no. I see
wait.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it with your mistake. But
some stuff was intentional.
Please don't make a mistake with mine, because I'm not.
I'm gonna intentionally fix it, right? You're just like, hey, look.
I'm not. I don't think I have. I mean, you just never know. But
Michelle's like, oops, I hit you with my car.
Right now,
she's like, oops, I hit you with my car. It was an
my
accident.
kids is good now. I don't even want nobody talking to my kids crazy. I'd be ready to just be, I remember my oldest son, he was in junior high school. He got into a fight with some kid, and the kid was like, oh, he was going to jump my son. Man, my cousin, we was all up at that school. Like, what? Everybody going, my son was like, I don't believe y'all up here. We is not playing those games.
But some of the overstimulation, like I said, it's a trigger. So the way we react to stuff, if it triggers a high amount of emotion, good or bad, in you, it's coming from something.
Absolutely.
Like you might be like, I'm ready to go throw down at the middle school because I remember my bully. And guess what? That beat down that you're about to deliver has nothing to do with the person who's about to receive it. It's from something else.
Yeah, He shouldn't mess with my kids.
Yes, they do. That's my
they do.
kid.
Okay,
Yeah, they do.
no, I'm talking about the force of the whooping. You'd be like, yeah, you ever had where you ain't been in a fight for a long time? You'd be like, if anybody get it, they gonna catch everything.
Unless you can't fight, then you just getting beat up and you still mad.
I don't want to fight nobody because I got a bunch of ailments and back problems.
Like,
so
they gonna be in trouble. They're gonna be in trouble, right? You'd be like, see, this cap can't come off. That's why you gotta let the steam out. That's what therapy do, or just venting. That's what they got rage rooms for. Let the steam out.
Loaded on my therapy today. I know she was like,
can I get one PSA though? If you can't fight, don't. Because just because you mad, that don't mean punches ain't real. Because I've seen a lot of people get mad and still get lumped. So know if you can fight before you call yourself throwing hands.
They get an A for effort. They tried.
No, you get an L for these lumps. So not a bully to beat you and your kid up. So how about you find out if you can fight first before you go run off trying to throw hands?
I don't want to fight nobody. I don't want to fight anybody. I don't like fighting my kids. I don't like doing nothing. But just leave mine alone. That's all I'm
just saying.
Fighting is different now. Do people? Yeah. Hey, look, people don't fight no more. All they do is this. Do they?
Yeah, they right. And things are dangerous nowadays. So people don't really. There ain't no fair ones. There's no
like folks is in these streets like really, really acting like they got like the little power pack and they can just recharge. It's like no, this is real life. It don't work like that.
Oh, look, the retired Power Ranger.
Hey, take it from someone who's had a black eye. Once you had one, you don't want another one. Unless you have to get one. Trust me, it's earned. So if you can't fight,
war rooms. I can't understand.
That's a person that ain't never got punched in the face. See, I've noticed that a lot of people our generation, they talk crazy until they get punched in the face.
How can you get through that? Because I already know you can't punch me in the face. I'm gonna see nothing but black. I ain't even responsible no more. You can't hit me in my face. Hey, look, you can't hit me in my face.
Forgiveness there, huh?
But see, that's a different mentality.
And look, once I remember what happened, I don't even know who you are no more.
I'm flipping out. Yeah, because all I know is that you're trying to harm me. I don't know what's coming after that punch, so I'm flipping out. Yeah,
I knew who you was until you hit me in my face. Then all cards were gone. This is a new day.
For a person who's been in very violent situations, everyone says they wanted what they do until they get punched. So then after you experience that level of violence and that bunch of savagery, it makes you try to refrain from it. And I can't name some of the things I've been in, but trust me, once you've been to a high level of savagery, it makes you think different about what you say and do for people, because you're not just harming that person, you're actually harming their family. And it can go way past that point. So you have to be really, really backed into a wall to have to fight. And I can say that because I've been there those places, and you've gotta relax. It ain't just as simple as we don't know.
It sounds like you're giving wisdom from a different generation than now.
I've had a lot of stuff. I've been jumped in my adult life. I've been jumped. So like my multiple, man. I was in my third.
Hey, look, and you're here on the podcast. Good for you.
It was in my third season thing. I was at a party. It was after a party, and I had been drinking. It wasn't even my fight. And it was like,
I hate the fight.
I just walked up onto a situation and it just kind of got out of control.
See,
so that, but I like RG said, situations can escalate really quickly from a punch in the face to a shot. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you got to choose your battles for real.
Yeah. Because I think I just grab a chair. Like, I ain't even trying to fight. We just going to.
Yeah, you just want it right because nobody wants to get hurt.
You the Waffle House legend. She's throwing chairs already, like the Waffle House.
I've never been one for back and forth. Like, we're not about to argue for a lot of time. We're not about to be fighting for 15 minutes. This needs to be done already. Like, no.
Yeah, man, we ain't doing that. Did we miss the anniversary of that boat last year in Alabama?
Oh, yes.
It's been a year? Is it just me or is time tripping? Time is tripping. It's really bad. It is scary how fast time is going. Like, it's not okay at all. It's not okay at all. I told her I'm with Kiki.
That was the best day ever. I ain't gonna lie.
It's like that's not on no t-shirts yet. That should be on some t-shirts.
Oh, they right. Like I've seen t-shirts like the same day.
Really?
Right.
Yes. They got earrings made with little chairs on them. Yeah, people really marketed that thing. Absolutely.
Shout out to the guy who swam to a fight.
Huh?
Shout out to the guy who swam to a fight. You know how mad you gotta be to swim to a fist fight?
That is the
motivation I've never had.
That young man, That young man right there, I'm telling you, like he needs to be honored for that act because
I think he was.
The humbleness
I think
of
he
his
was.
character afterwards, like him telling people, "Stop sending me money. I don't need anything. I was just doing what's right." Can we get some more of that?
And I
like,
think the captain guy still works there. He still drives for that. The one that they started, well, not started the fight, but he was the first one on site.
The hat guy.
He should have opportunities for all kinds of different stuff. You know what I mean?
He still works there.
So that character right there, it just says a lot about his parents, his upbringing, himself. It says a lot. And I hope we need more of that because we already know this world is going down in shambles, all the different irritants and triggers that we be faced with on a regular basis. We need that kind of courageous act. Not necessarily the fight, but just the fact to stand up for something that's right collectively. That's why there's power in numbers. All right, like for real. Get in the front, baby. Get in the front.
The united front.
Like really, that's what we're here to stimulate so that you can be healthy. We know that this is the end of season 2, but it is not the end of the united front.
It's not the end. And if you listen, before we end the show, I just want everybody to know, just forgiveness is a serious situation. This is gonna be forgiving people all willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Let them earn that. You know what I mean? You know, because sometimes people are taking advantage of your kindness and your forgiveness and stuff like that. So, and if you do something wrong, take some accountability so somebody can forgive your wrong ass. Excuse me, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
But
if you're giving away forgiveness like free passes on an Oprah show, like you really need to check what you're doing. Like,
you gotta come on.
You get forgive, and you get forgive.
You get forgive. Yes, I forgive you. Come on and do it to me again.
All right, no.
Keep doing it to me.
Opposite. Screw you. You're cool. Like you just
keep on doing it. Yeah, I'm a punch bag.
Happening. Then you have to check yourself. If you're just doing it and you don't, if you can't tell yourself what you're forgiving them for, then maybe you didn't do it right. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just over there trying to people please, and that's a whole different issue.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to hold on to people you need to let go.
I love them, so I'm going to forgive them.
Yes, a little bit more than that.
Do they love you?
Did they love you
when they did it?
Did they see you when they did it again? Did they remember?
And again. Mm-hmm. And you've been getting the same. No.
Isaac Hayes, by the time we get to Phoenix, that chick cheated on him 7 times before he got in the car and dipped. And then went back.
Look, that's how you be getting the hot pots of grits because you're not focused.
Oh, okay.
Like, come on now.
Love and happiness.
Folks don't even understand. Like, if you do, you know how
make you get quicker oats? That's what it gets. That's what it gets you.
Just holding on to that heat. I can, man. That's a whole another topic because I can't imagine doing someone wrong repeatedly and sleeping at night. Like you just trust that they're not gonna do nothing. I dare you to close your eyes. Like,
I dare you.
Okay, hey, look, I'm taking the ice trays with me, folks. Like, no, I don't even understand.
I forgive you, but I'm gonna get you.
I don't understand. Like, people be forgiving some crazy stuff, and I'm like, no, that's
crazy stuff.
I'm gonna say you're not forgiving them; you're accepting. Like, you need
to because some stuff I feel like you should not be forgiven.
You need
and I feel like domestic violence is not to be forgiven. You need to go.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Sure
somebody's pounding you out, that's nothing to be forgiven. That's something for you to exit the premises and you to get away from that.
Right. Hey, look, like
abuse is not to be forgiven. You need to go.
You can forgive somebody from a distance. You don't have to be present. You know what? That reminds me.
Forgive them remotely in safe places.
Let me put that out there. Because a lot of people, when they are afraid of forgiveness, one of the main reasons you're afraid of forgiveness because you think you have to actually go talk to that person, have a conversation. They have to say, I'm sorry. You have to forgive
closure.
No, you don't have to do that because sometimes that's dangerous. Everybody don't like being confronted or corrected.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're dealing with somebody that's like, I'm not sorry at all. So no, that forgiveness needs to start inside, just like with the rest of your healing. You don't have to deal with the actual person to forgive them. You don't. And you don't have to see him again or nothing if you choose to. But you do. You got to take that power back. You cannot subject yourself to
closure. No, you don't.
Oh, no, you don't. For the most
I need closure. No, you don't.
Close your phone. Okay, like close the door.
Close the door.
You don't need no closure.
It may never come.
Closure is just an excuse for you to see that person and hope that they different.
Close your hand, put 2 fingers up, and close it, and peace out.
Close
That's
your eyes and go to sleep.
Exactly. Yes. Or you say for the excuse so you can hurt them and you're trying to get back.
Right. So you need
that's a revenge setup.
Yeah.
Like, don't do it. No, because man, no. When it's a real situation where you know I only got one last straw in me, like you know how you already afraid. You really want the closure. You want to be over the situation, but you know if they say the right words, I'm gonna jump all over them.
Yeah.
Don't risk your freedom for the closure.
When you want closure, you just really want that person to. You want to stay with that person for real.
Right. You want to say something to them, write them a note. And
Michelle, right.
you might know about this because you all spiritually aligned and stuff. Sometimes you gotta write that note. Sometimes you gotta write everything that you want to say on a piece of paper, and that letter may never get delivered.
And burn it.
But say everything. Get it out one way or the other, and genuinely let it go. Let the only person who's in charge of dealing with that deal with that person. Like let it go. You said burn it.
Because closure ain't about nothing but some BS, okay?
Oh no. Oh no, closure ain't about nothing. If you're
unlucky enough to actually get closure. Now this is one of the if you are lucky enough to have genuine closure, like that person did some inner work, they really actually explained what they did and they are genuinely sorry for them. Like you have the option to be like, I don't want to hear it. But I'm telling you, if you actually have that situation, because it's rare, everybody don't get to have that type of closure. Really accept it and let that healing begin. Because there are not a lot of people who know how to say I'm sorry and really mean it. And really mean it. And it's a privilege to actually realize that whatever happened to you is still going on with them. Because a lot of people who do stuff, they still remember. They just be acting like they do remember. They was there. You know,
I think true closure is someone that's apologetic and they may offer an apology to you, and then but I still feel like you need to go on, move. Okay, I accept your apology, but I can't be with you.
Right? She's like, bye.
I got to go. Right. Yes, I got to go because I'm not gonna give you. Listen.
Don't let people apologize with a motive. I said I was sorry. We can't be friends.
No, we're not doing that.
It's like, excuse me. Now I gotta take my forgiveness back. Like,
closure is a feeling that an emotional or traumatic experience has been resolved. And sometimes you can feel that it's been resolved, but it really isn't.
Have you had that, either one of you? Have you guys like had that where you just wasn't triggered anymore? Like when you saw that person's face, when you saw their number on the call ID, or when you thought about them, you just. Or you went to your job and you didn't want to strangle your boss anymore. Like you just, it was gone.
Like exes and stuff. I can talk about ex, and because there was a time where I could talk about an ex and be like mad. That the conversation would end up with that mother. Blah, 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 blah. Now it's like whatever. I don't have no feelings at all. So it's like I can mention the ex and it be all good.
See, that piece right there, that's really.
But that had nothing to do with them. That had everything to do with me healing from the situation. Because I wasn't looking for closure from them. I'm not looking for closure from them because I'm never going to get that.
And you understand, anger takes a lot of energy, and it really wears on your soul and your body and your senses. So a lot of times you need to turn that off just for your own health. And that's what I had to learn and grow into. Like, I may not F with you, but I got to let this go because it's killing me.
Because it's killing me. Yeah. Got to heal from those situations because, somebody could do a number on you and you be like, that person took me through it.
Like you said, that inner work is very, very, very important. And here at the United Front, we encourage inner work.
Encourage all of that.
Look, okay, man in the mirror, y'all.
Get you a therapist. Really, look, everybody gets a therapist. You get a therapist. You get a therapist. Everybody get a therapist.
Okay. Some of you guys call 2-for-1 specials. Like, come on.
I'm an advocate for therapy.
Go there.
And not just because I got me one. I think we all need a little bit of it today.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, not that. I can hear that and not because I'm a customer.
Not because I'm
right.
And for me, if I ask somebody, I ask potential or men that I'm dating, how do they feel about therapy? Like that's a question for me. depending on what the answer is, it depends on how if I'm gonna move forward.
I didn't know that's right. Forget astrology. I'm gonna need you to ask some questions, bro.
Yeah,
We
'cause,
all
you
have
know,
interviews and background checks. I'm telling you, everybody need a reference point.
but
Like
the person
you
that's
give me 3
against therapy
references.
or doesn't have anything to say, it's like, you know, it's like, but I'm not saying that you need to go. I'm just asking you, how do you feel about it?
I might be saying you need to go.
I say you need to go, right?
Okay, you want to take a field trip this weekend? All right, therapy and chicken wings. Like,
so you ain't got no trauma, you ain't got no nothing, huh? You just
you straight, huh? You good?
He didn't have no trauma in his life at all. But then as the conversation started to happen, I'm hearing a bunch of it. Like, oh, okay, you don't think so, huh?
Denial is more than a river.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe he got closer.
I think that what he considered to be trauma, because he thought trauma was something so, oh my God, I wasn't abused or emotion. People don't think trauma doesn't have to be just that.
Dude, I would love for us to do that in season 3.
Like
the definitions, because what you think and what you was taught does not mean that that's not what that means at all. Because people, when they think about trauma, they think, I wasn't dragged out of a moving car or thrown up. It's like, that's way more than just trauma, homie. But it comes at a different scale. You know, there's a whole
being a freaking latchkey kid because your parents is not home could have created trauma because you might have felt neglected.
Okay.
So many things.
Attachment disorders. Yes. Okay, anxiety and depression, that stuff is real, and it does not have to be a huge traumatic
we definitely need to be kicking off season 3. So we already got a topic, one of our topics.
Okay, all right. We getting rid of all myths and flat out lies, man.
Trauma and what is it? Yes.
Well played. Well played.
Well, you know what? We need to tell everybody when we're coming back. Okay,
we will be back.
The season is over, but we are not through. Not by at
you have
all.
to go and make sure you catch some of our repeat shows on our YouTube channel at the United Front. Go subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and you can follow all of us on Instagram. And if you like what you see here, like what we are doing, consider donating to the show and you can send to our PayPal at rgainsiii. And if you have some suggestions, you might want to be a guest on one of our shows on the United Front Network, you can send us an email at we are united at yahoo.com.
Oh my gosh, guys.
And if you didn't know, you know what, Kiki? We are never going to.
See, I saw that too. My eyes went straight over there. Who said what? We didn't say that.
We are not. We will be back.
We did not say that.
Oops, who put that star right there? Oh, somebody didn't start that comment. Oh, see.
Go follow us on our Instagram. I
gotta go talk to the engineer about stuff like that.
I am Michelle _1_ELL and my lovely co-hosts.
I want you guys to follow me at www.trulyyou.org to see what I got going on. This is Penny Owen.
Sweet.
Tag your it.
I know.
You just like say something.
I know I do. I do. That's one of my strong points. I'm RG, retired Power Ranger.
Petty
Tomorrow
Power
might be. That is true. That is my power. Like Petty. You know, that's my Petty.
You made me squeak. Oh, I can't unsee that. The Petty Ranger. Oh,
the Petty Ranger.
God.
You know what? That is perfect. Thank you.
That's perfect for you.
You can catch me on Instagram on RGainsII. Big shout out to everyone who watches the show from my Instagram. Big shout out to all the friends and homies that support us abroad, everywhere. We're gonna be on break. Our next day back to work
is August 7th. I'm already sad about it.
Yep. Well, actually, I go to work earlier. I'm back on the 5th.
Oh, you're back on the 5th. On the app. Shout out to Mike and Lady D.
Yep. Hey.
We'll see you guys next season. Thank you for tuning in, y'all.
Enjoy the replay.
We lit.
Enjoy the replay. Miss already.
We're gonna see y'all next season. Peace and love.
Wu-Tang. All right.
Oh my
Now I
god.
gotta hit the button. It's Wu-Tang forever, folks. I don't know why y'all be surprised. Can we go now?
The Petty
Yeah,
Power
you
Rangers.
in the show, man.
Look, go
Okay.
see Ezell. Represent Ezell. Go see
Yes,
Ezell.
make sure
Fifth
y'all
Ward in the
he
building.
does Monday interviews, and he got
Congratulations again.
Yeah, shout out to
Again.
Ezell.
We are proud of him.
Okay, I'm in the show now. Sorry.
You ain't sorry.
No,
Sorry.
he's still being.